Okay. What is going on, guys? Your boy Joey Shake 72 coming to you guys with a video right now. So I want to go over Carson Wentz. Obviously, we're waiting for a trade. It could probably happen at any moment. Seems like some of the guys like Les Bowen and Jeff McClain have said that a trade will happen, which it kind of looks like it's going that way. Seems like there's going to be a big bidding war. Eagles are taking a bunch of phone calls. Aggressive trades might happen. It looks like the Eagles could get a first-round pick out of this. I think there's one team out there rumored, take this with a grain of salt, guys, that the Chicago Bears could be the leading front runner to trade for Carson Wentz. Not saying the Eagles are going to get 2 firsts. I'm saying that, yeah, they could get a first-round pick because they are in need of a quarterback, obviously not having much passion towards Mitchell Trubisky. And, yeah, it's going to turn into a big bid war, and I kind of want to see how this is going to go down. Okay, at the end of the day, guys, there is rumors, okay, that Carson does not want to get traded, but would rather move on. Okay, whatever that means. Sounds like the same thing to me. I guess doesn't want to put it in a bad way. Now, Chicago Bears, they already have Nick Foles as on their roster as well, which I really don't get. Really don't get it whatsoever. I don't know what type of trade they want to get. I don't know if there's a player they want to get rid of as well with this trade. I'm not really sure, but obviously might be a first-round pick straight up. I don't know where they are in the draft this year. I haven't really checked, but it's very hard to look at Carson Wentz, the Chicago Bears jersey. And here's one other thing. When you look at this whole entire trade, if it does happen, the Eagles wouldn't be making this trade unless they had no true belief in Jalen Hurts. And I think they do. And, you know, some of us could say that the Eagles brought in Nick Sirianni and all these quarterbacks to help Carson Wentz. But on the other side, guys like our quarterback Brian Johnson, that Jalen Hurts knows very well, could help Jalen Hurts in what he can become. Okay, and I know that a lot of Eagles fans and some of the people on this channel don't agree with Jalen Hurts being the starter. Some don't agree with him being the guy. And you know what? I think it's just at this point where half of me wants Carson Wentz not to do well somewhere else, but, you know, it could happen. And at the end of the day, we're just fans. They're making the decisions, and we have to deal with it, whatever happens at the end of the day. If the Chicago Bears are true to be, I don't think keeping Nick Foles on that roster, I just don't see it. And Nick Foles coming to Philadelphia, I mean, could happen, I guess. Not saying I want it to happen, but, you know, he's coming off a really big contract. So obviously, if he does come to the Eagles, just say if he does. I'm not trying to, you know, rewind back in time, but if he does, for some reason, they just get rid of him, you know, he would need a restructure wherever he signs, obviously, because he's holding on to a big contract right now. So there's a lot going on here. And if the Eagles didn't believe in Jalen Hurts, they wouldn't be making this move. And I think that is true. You know, that's just my thoughts about it. And the other hand is, you know, I think he will do better. I think he'll do better with the Colts than he would do with the Bears. That's just me. The Bears have made some really dumb trades. They've given up players for nothing, like Jordan Howard, a 6th-round conditional the Eagles gave them to trade for Jordan Howard. I mean, they've done some really weird things with really good players that they've had, and I feel like the Bears are going to give up more than they could chew. I know, I just have that feeling just because the Eagles are taking all these phone calls and the bids are just going up. I don't know why I just said that twice. The bids are going up. So it's just rumored to say that the Bears are the front runners of this trade, and it could happen. It might not. You never know at this point. Our Carson Wentz might not be traded at all, but from what everything sounds like right now, it sounds like Carson Wentz is going to get traded, and it sounds like Jalen Hurts is going to be the guy. Jalen Hurts is preparing to be a starter. Jalen Hurts is all over the news. He was on CBS a few days ago on video. He was on TV a couple days ago helping out a family, gave them $30,000 for a new house. The kids had cancer. I mean, he's been doing really good things off the field, and he pretty much told the media that he's doing his part. I mean, he was welcoming the competition with Carson Wentz, but just Carson Wentz doing this, being like this, just leaves a bad taste in my mouth for some weird reason, because I know he's a great guy. The other part of it is I know that Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman really wanted him to stay here, and I know they did 100%. Something must have happened. They must have had some type of talk with his agent, because these players don't have to deal with these players that make millions of dollars don't have to deal with talking to the front office or anything. That's why they have agents, so they do their bidding. And if Carson Wentz does not want to be here, then it is what it is. It sounds like, from what everybody, and I know I say sounds like, but I think Carson Wentz doesn't want the Eagles to trade him, but I think he prefers to move on, which I think is the same exact thing. Obviously, it's the same thing. He's not going to be here, so they need to trade him. They cannot release him. It's over a $60 million dead cap hit. If they trade him, all they have to deal with is like a $30-something million dead cap hit this year. That's it. By 2022, the Eagles will be very well, great, and a lot better in salary cap, and especially in that cap space. So, a lot going on here. But rumored to be, Bears are the front runners to trade for Carson Wentz, and obviously, I don't think that's the right team for him to go to. For him, I think going to the Colts would be the most perfect spot for him, because they have a defense, they have a young talent around him. Offense is fantastic. Line is great. Receivers are great. Running backs are great. He's pretty much set up over there. But that's if the Colts want to give up a lot. The Colts owner has already talked about, I think in Tampa the other day, he said that, early this morning, he said that they are exploring their options at quarterback, but they're not making a move today. So that is pretty much the news about Carson Wentz and the Chicago Bears being the front runners for this trade. And we'll see what happens. I mean, you have time. This might happen sooner than expected, guys, because the Eagles are going to have to. Deshaun Watson's still out there right now. There's teams that are gathering their information to go get these quarterbacks. So the Eagles have to put their foot on the gas, pull the trigger, and do something soon. I don't think this is going to. I think he'll get traded before free agency. Hell, he might even be traded before next week. At the end of next week, honestly, if that's my opinion of it. So Carson Wentz to the Chicago Bears could happen. Don't doubt it. All right, guys. See you guys later. Shake Squad up. Fly outside. Peace out, guys. Peace.